condolences to the family of those victims that were shot in that mass shooting at that high school.
At the school.
Here in Georgia. It's in Winder, Georgia, which is outside of the city. But, yeah, Barrow County. And, high school. And it was a 14-year-old that committed the massacre.
Well, we need the comments, babe.
And the school just started in Georgia. And here's the thing. It's important that we exercise our vote, because if the Republicans don't give a damn about these mass shootings and some sort of gun control, we have to exercise our vote. We really do. Don't forget to register to vote. This is probably a good time to go into that story, Mo, with the Hispanic woman. I think her name is Lydia Martinez, the voter suppression one. Because if you live in Texas, in fact, I don't care where you live in the states, you need to check and verify that you are registered to vote, because what's happening in Texas should be a crime. They are actually appealing to the court down in Texas because over 1 million people have been thrown out in terms of their voter registration. Their voter registration has been thrown out. So you need to verify that you are actually still registered to vote. And there's a woman named Lydia. There she is. Yeah, so Texas Attorney General sues Bexar County to block plan to mail out over 200,000 voter registrations. But prior to this happening, over 1 million people were purged. And then drop down to that next one. So this lady here she's a Hispanic woman. As you can see, she's a senior, but she has dedicated her life to ensuring that Hispanic people are registered to vote and a part of the political process. Well, the police showed up at her house a few weeks ago and interrogated this woman for over 3 hours. They were really just trying to scare her. She didn't do anything criminal. She didn't do anything illegal. And they were basically trying to intimidate her because she's basically trying to ensure that Hispanic people are part of the political process down there in Texas. So Texas and all of the other 49 states, make sure you're registered to vote.
Well, let's talk about the Hispanics in Florida.
Let's get to it.
Really quick. Trump is not your friend.
He is not.
Again, Trump is not your friend. November is a very critical time for our country.
It is.
It is an extremely critical time for our country. If you are in any area of minority, hello? If you're in any area, bracket, or piece, or corner of something that is a minority, Trump is not for you.
At all.
Hell, to be honest with you, I don't really think any of the parties is for anybody that's in minority, to be honest with you. But I definitely take my chances voting blue. I'd rather take my chances voting blue. These people are out here in the forefront, and they're not only in the forefront, they're telling us what they're going to do, who they are. When I hear Trump say things like the blacks, there's an emphasis on the way. You see how we say Hispanic people? We don't say
Hispanic.
We don't say the Spanish.
Right.
You got to catch the tones to the way when the blacks. Look at that one right there. That one is a smart one.
Right.
He does that a lot.
In their face.
That's a smart one right there. You see that one?
He said that about the guy Byron.
That one is smart. Like, what?
And this is the same person who in the 70s and 80s would not rent apartments to black people. This was in the 70s and 80s. Didn't matter if you had the money to rent. You were not allowed. Anybody who came in with an application, they would put C on your application for color. Listen, he's never been for black people, Hispanic people either. I don't even understand a woman, a Hispanic person, or a black person who is even interested in voting for him. I can't even imagine. I don't understand what's going on in your brain.
So you mean to tell me Puerto Rico? Because I've seen the Puerto Ricans down there. The Ricans.
The who?
Rican, honey.
Rican.
I seen the Ricans down there. And I heard, and I was in it. Yeah, Mr. Trump. Did y'all forget that where's that toilet tissue? You got that toilet tissue?
I got paper towel.
Yeah. Did y'all forget how he came down there after the hurricane and tossed y'all a roll of toilet paper?
Yeah. Down there in Puerto Rico.
And left?
Didn't give a damn y'all ain't had no electricity.
And didn't even think that Puerto Rico was a part of the 50 United States. Did y'all forget that?
And the Central Park 5, yes. Took out a whole ad in the New York Times.
I just want to know that the children forget that.
Calling for the death penalty for those teenage boys.
I sat there and watched him toss a roll of toilet paper out there and left. And we didn't see him no more.
At all. Bitch, he was down at Mar-a-Lago.
And when I seen them over there,
bitch, he was down at Mar-a-Lago.
When I see the Rickons over there,
and standing on roofs,
standing over there talking about, hey, Miss, they were jumping and clapping like he was God. Mr. Trump, we so appreciate you being here.
Slave brain.
I'm like, what? Y'all did not see him come there and threw a whole roll of toilet tissue and left.
And did not go back.
At all.
Kind of like George Bush did when Hurricane Katrina happened. He flew over y'all. Y'all standing on roofs and shit. I want to know who Tina Campbell voting for.
We know. Murder, we know.
Because she was riding for Trump that first time. I'm going to say this. If the black church as a body, as a whole entity, really came out today and said, you know what, people? We got this whole LGBTQ plus thing wrong. We were wrong. We propagated lies and misinformation all because of religion and power and control. Sexuality is instinctive. It's how a person is wired. It's not a choice. It's not a decision. If they literally came out, and we need to embrace our queer community, if they came out and said that, they really could shift, not immediately, but they really could start to shift the mindset of black people. And not even just black people, because Hispanic people are caught up in religion too. Catholics.
Wait, Craig, aren't you Catholic?
No, I am not. Now, I do this when I pray because my grandmother was Catholic and she taught me how to pray.
So what's your denomination?
Girl, I'm spiritual.
You just fag. Right.
I'm a spiritual fag.
Fags for Christ.
Yes, that's it.
Fags for Christ.
That's it.
And that's PhagTawlk for Christ.
Correct.
There's like there are a lot of people out here that are suffering with mental illnesses. Are we segueing?
No, we're not. Okay. Not right there, we're not.
Okay.
Not right there. You won't have these people eat me up.
Okay. We'll go back to it in another place.
Girl, I see what you're trying to do there. I see exactly what Keisha.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not segueing to that story right there.
Well, then we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll do a few things and then come back. We'll do a few things and come back.
Who's that brown liquor? I think.
Girl, I think so too. I don't know what got into you today.
We are blessed and highly favored.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, we will need you to wait a minute.
Okay, sorry. We gonna what?
We're gonna need you to wait a minute. It's called a book. And she was drinking a lot of things, including Robin. Oh!
Get out of the way. Get me out of here. Step aside.